lot of people, you know what I'm saying, that was able to, you know, I was able to build relationships with and, you know what I'm saying, make some power moves with. So that was definitely a sacrifice, you know what I'm saying, being away from family for a long time. And, you know, just being a wanderer, you know what I mean, taking risk, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because, you know, risk takers kind of like live better lives because they taking those risks, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, those are the sacrifices for sure.
Did you learn anything before music? Was it like sports, martial arts, anything that like kind of set you or gave you this mindset to like hustle and not give up?
I was always into things, but you know, people thought I was really gonna be like an artist because I would draw a lot. I used to draw like Bart Simpson, but I'd make him black. You know what I'm saying? It'd be like a black Bart Simpson.
That's tight.
I used to do that, and then I used to draw a lot of like sneakers, you know what I'm saying, and stuff like that. And I would color them, and people would be like, "Yo, this dude gonna be an artist."
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? But I ended up not being an artist, even though I'm into art now and I'm into paintings, and I'm a great broker when it comes to art. I got an eye for it. You know what I'm saying? But as far as like driving me to just become a hustler and be ambitious, working in the 9-to-5 world, man, was just something I did it. You know what I'm saying? But I told myself I couldn't go back to it. It was just, I don't like the setup of it as far as just being programmed.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I like to do things my way and do things, you know, on my own time. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah.
Something about trading your time for money, just that setup right there is like.
Well, I mean, 8 hours for me is like a lot of time.
That's a lot of time.
It's 24 hours in a day.
Right.
So it's like, that's literally,
Quarter,
like it's 8, 16. Yeah. So that's like, that's a nice pie of your day because you still got other things to do. You might just want to live a regular life too. You know what I'm saying? And you know, you got to get you some sleep. You got to do this. You got to. So in a 24-hour period, you know what I'm saying? You just got to manage that time a little better, and that's a valuable thing. You know, time is valuable at the end of the day. You know what I mean?
Right.
So, you know, working a 9-to-5. I mean, and it's the type of 9-to-5s too, because you know, you got those 9-to-5s where you know you're not being paid what you're valued to be paid, and you got those 9-to-5s where you're making good money, but you know your social life is gone. So it's just like a, you know what I'm saying? It's like a give or take with that.
Sacrifices again, you know.
There you go. Yeah, a lot of resilience. Cause I did a lot, man. I've taken many losses. I've been homeless. You know, I've been sleeping in studios. I've been washing up in bathrooms in studios.
Wow.
And I've done a lot of that. You know what I'm saying? So I know what it's like to like sacrifice and build something. You know what I'm saying? So.
Do you remember being in those situations when you're homeless or living out of suitcases and backpacks and all that? Do you remember a time that like something clicked where you just said like, I gotta get out of this shit?
Yeah.
What was that one breaking
That
moment?
was 09. I remember it.
Tell me about 09.
Like 2009, man. Shout out my man Lo. I was at one of my mans. He had a studio, and I was like the engineer of the studio. So basically, it was like I was living in the studio. You know what I mean? But I had like this one big suitcase, and it was behind the couch. Like nobody knew I had it. He might have knew. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause I carry myself clean. Like I can still have a lining, fresh sneakers. No, you wouldn't even know I was homeless if you knew me. You knew my personal business, but you wouldn't know I was homeless.
No, he kept it fresh and clean.
I was always fresh, so it wasn't that. It just more so was my situation. You know what I'm saying? I was trying to just find a way to be in a better situation where I can be more comfortable as far as working. So I was at a breaking point, man, and I used to grind out. I used to spend countless nights just up all night, like really figuring out a plan, just trying to get my personal self. Because you know, when you get your personal self together, then you can put better energy out.
Right.
You know
Things
what I'm saying?
start to unravel a little bit better when you're.
Yeah. So I had to really break out of that point to where, you know, I got enough money saved up, and I got enough, you know, my mind was right in order to get myself right, in order to make things better as far as like what I want to do and pursue. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
That's a great answer. I like that.
Yeah, for sure.
What was one of the songs back then that like, you know, because something about like when you're rapping like you're hungry because you really are. It's a different, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
it's different.
I was living off of what I was living off of. I was living off of those concession joints that they have, you know those vending machines.
Oh yeah,
I mean? So
yeah.
I'm living off the fruit snacks and anything in there, you know what I mean, or you know something
cheese
cheap,
crackers.
yeah, something cheap, you know what I mean,
pretzels.
some churches or something, you know. I had a bad diet when I was homeless. You know what I'm saying? But and like I said, nobody knew this. I was just being, you know, kind of just figuring it out and just trying to get my situation, you know what I'm saying, in order. So I always think about them times. You know what I'm saying? Those times made me never want to go back to that again. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It was
like,
rough.
You know, when you come out of something like that and how strong you get, just like working out. You know, it's like I know this is gonna struggle, but man, you know how like you know strong I'm gonna be, and I assume that some of those things made you resilient to what you're now. It's like, man, you know what I had to go through? This ain't shit. Like, what are you gonna say to me? You know what I'm saying?
I used to take that walk to Walgreens, man. You know, go buy a pack of towels, get a couple bars of soap. You know what I'm saying? Come back to the studio, wait till everything was clear, where nobody can catch me, walk into the bathroom, lock that door, wash up.
Damn, like that.
Yeah, man, lotion down, come back to the studio and work.
Boom.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and be fresh, but, you know, homeless.
Wow.
Yeah.
And now you got some of the freshest gear, like you're putting out these, I saw the brochures, the magazines that you're promoting.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about the clothing line and all the promo that's going out with that.
For sure. Name of the clothing brand is Bag Language. We've been around for almost a decade. You know, another brand that I helped build, you know, with my business partner. And like I said, you know, with these brands, you know, we just want to create something, you know, wave-wise. You know, we're not riding waves, we want to create them. So, you know, I took that and ran with it because, you know, it's you know, bag language is obviously for the hustlers. You know, when you think bags, you're thinking about the money, you're thinking about, you know, everything's about a bag at the end of the day.
Right.
You know what I mean? So, you know, we got the merch, and then now we're converted into a bag brand. So now we're doing bags. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we got the bags, we got the duffels, we got the wallets. I'm gonna be doing stuff for ladies, you know what I mean? Fannies, backpacks. You know, we coming hard with that. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be really putting something into the culture that's dope.
There you go, man.
Yeah.
Well, hey, as soon as you get a smell-proof version of one of these,
for sure,
bang my line.
I'm actually probably going to collabing with you on that. So you know, that'll be something that we can put together that's ours.
I like that.
You know
I like that.
Yeah.
I wanted to gift you something while you're here, man. I know you're a stoner like me, so we got the blueberry pancakes.
Yes, sir.
Wrapped in something tight with a little bit of syrup on the
side. Yes, sir.
Thank you, brother. One of these.
All right.
You know, we got
pancakes.
We got the blueberry strain, you know, with THC syrup on the outside, dipped in 2 types of keef. So
yeah,
the next time you're feeling a little creative, you know,
I'm loving it.
Or later tonight, fuck it, you know, why not? You're in Portland.
I'm gonna definitely get to that.
There you go.
Yeah.
You remember the first time that you got like blasted off of weed?
Yeah, actually, the first time I got blasted off weed, my appendix busted. Yeah, man, crazy story.
That is a crazy story.
No, look, I'm gonna tell you what happened, bro. This is the craziest shit.
No way.
So, I ditched school one day with my best friend Will. We were freshmen in high school. And just one day, we just was like, yeah, we ain't going to school today. You know what I'm saying? We just really did it. We ditched.
We're about to do this.
So we ditched. We smoked some joints earlier that day, but then we went over to one of his friends' crib, and he rolled this long ass thing called a Green Monster. You know what I'm saying? Now, this was back in like 95, 94 type shit.
Green Monster.
Yeah, it's green. Mine was longest. It was long. It was like real long. So we in the garage, we hitting it. No, we getting blazed. We hitting it, we getting blazed. And then the next day, you know, I had like a corned beef sandwich or something, and it just wasn't tasting right to me or something. Like I started feeling sick. So another day go by, and then I started having like these symptoms, like, you know, like it was like flu, but it was like I was weakening for some reason. So I'm thinking that it's just something normal, you know, I'm sick, whatever. Another day go by, and now I can't walk. I can't stand up, actually. So I had to crawl to the bathroom. Like, it was crazy. You know, my sisters in there making fun of me because they thinking, they don't even know. So then they had to literally, like, carry me on all, like, my arms and my legs. They had to carry me to the car and get me to the hospital to find out what was going on. They ran all type of tests, man. You know, they kept coming back saying this, saying that. Then they come back, they're like, yeah, it's like hepatitis. Or, were you drinking? Were you doing this? So they, yeah, we're gonna have to admit you. Ooh. So they admitted me. And when they admitted me, this was an Indian doctor, man. He was crazy. Like, you could tell he was on it. He came in, he pressed on my stomach. Like, he was like, that hurt. He was pressing right here. He was like, that hurt. Yeah, and what's so crazy about this. I'll never forget the day because it was Valentine's Day,
Oh shit.
1995 for sure. I never forget it. And so he said, yeah, emergency surgery. When I told him it hurt, he was like, emergency surgery. He was like, your. At the time, I'm like, what's an appendix? I didn't even know what an appendix was. He's like, your appendix erupted. He was like, we were an hour away from death because the poison rose and almost hit your heart because the poison from the appendix bursting, it was filling me up.
Oh shit.
Yeah, so he said I was an hour away from death. So that's why they had to rush me in and they had to get it all out.
So how did it? Was it from smoke? Like,
this happened right from me smoking weed, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was crazy.
Wow.
Like after my first rodeo with weed, this happened in a 2-3 day period.
How are you still smoking weed? That didn't like make you.
Oh no, I smoke more.
He said I gotta try this again.
Especially when I got out. I was in the hospital for like 45 days.
Damn.
It was it was therapy because I had to learn how to walk again and all that. I lost a lot of fluid. So my grandmother, rest in peace, she brought me like, back then they had these very fine juices.
Mm-hmm.
She brought me like 60 juices. She was like, you got to drink all of these. She was like, you got to get your fluids back up. Now it was all type of juice, the apple, grape, red, all, you know what I mean? So, yeah, man.
Man, that is a crazy story. I was not expecting him to say that.
Crazy, right?
When I said, hey, what's the first time you got blasted? He said, yeah, my appendix. Pop.
Yeah, man, it was crazy.
That is crazy. I've never heard a story like that. I think the first time I smoked, my best friend, rest in peace, he took me down this driveway. He's like, you want to see a bear? I was like, all right. And we go down this driveway, and all of a sudden, he starts going like that, pretending, and I'm like, guys, I can't hear you.
You see?
And I'm like, oh, it's the weed. I think it was laced. My mind went straight
It'll
to
do that too. That's definitely that's that tweak energy.
That's a tweak energy, It did. I was like, wait, what's going on
Fact.
here? Shit. But yeah, shout out to weed,
Shout out to weed, man.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? We here. We still here.
Yeah, I want to get sponsored by weed.
Yeah.
Shout out. So what's the deal, man? What did you do yesterday? Tell us about the Beatdown show. Tell us about your experience on stage, the crowd, everything.
Oh yeah. So I'm doing kind of like a rebrand on myself as a music producer as well. I'm going under the name Uncle John.
Okay.
Uncle
John the Third?
Yeah,
Okay.
Uncle John the Third, but Uncle John, because I am John the Third.
Gotcha.
In real life.
For sure.
But yeah, so it was fun, man, just to be back on stage, like just giving the craft to everyone and letting everybody hear the music and great response, man. The beats was crazy. All the producers did a wonderful job. Shout out to them. But yeah, I brought that boom bap and that soul.
Hell yeah.
I definitely I put it in the atmosphere, man. It was a great thing.
Tell us about the instrumentation, software, hardware. What are you using? What's your favorite?
I'm an MPC guy, so I never shied away from the MPC. You know what I'm saying? So I'm all about I'm a sample-based producer.
Dope.
So I'm all about chopping samples and putting my elements to them. Definitely giving them a lot of depth and a lot of feel. Sometimes stuff is raw, gritty, with air. I like that type of 90s feel, you know what I'm saying, to my beats. And then, I can do some of that new shit too today. So
Gotcha.
I blend it all.
And about software, Ableton, Pro Tools?
No, I mean, I use Pro Tools as far as recording or tracking the beats, but I use the software that comes with the MPC.
Oh,
you know
okay.
what I'm saying? Yeah, because it's easier to sync. You know what I'm
Gotcha.
saying? Yeah.
That makes sense. Man, the MPC, classic instrument, right?
Mhm.
There's always that debate.
I got it tatted on me.
Do you really?
Yeah. See,
Look at you really do. Oh, wow.
at the top.
See, that's classic.
Yeah.
That's
yeah,
tight.
that's my thing. I love the MP.
Did somebody teach you? Or did you just start
Yeah.
playing around?
Yeah. Shout out to my mentor, Decca Durs. Decca, he showed me making beats from other beat machines. So he showed me the ASRX, which is a red beat machine with black buttons. Then he showed me the Boss DR5. And then with the MPC, I kind of picked that up on my own. You know what I'm saying? But it would always be producers around the house that Decca had, like SC. You know what I'm saying? SC would have an MPC, and I'd go downstairs and just watch him, you know what I mean, and see what he's doing, and chop it. And I come back upstairs, watch Decca, and then I just take all of that and go run on my own and do my own thing. You know what I'm saying?
Wow. So you had people that were already doing it. You can watch and learn from them.
Yeah. I definitely was a child and a student. You know what I'm saying? Watching and learning, and then I got in my own bag.
That's tight
For sure.
Man.
Yeah.
What did the older homies say when you started producing your own stuff?
They was crazy excited. You know what I'm saying? It's good energy. You know what I'm saying? When everybody's dope and when everybody's got great energy and doing beats, and I can play mine and then they play theirs, and then it's good energy, because you gotta understand, I might motivate them with it. They might have beat block or whatever. They might hear something I'm playing and then go back and make something even crazier. So me, I might have a week where the beats ain't coming out how they supposed to be, and I get the beat block, but then I get inspired, and then I go make some real crazy.
Something that makes you pop your collar, like, yo, that's me right
you know
there.
What I mean?
did that shit.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I live for that feeling, when
good energy.
When you make something and that energy hits you, like, you're proud of yourself, and it might not even be anybody in the room. It might just be yourself.
And that'd be the thing, though. It's just more so about, what comes to you inspiration-wise. So I'm all about being inspired.
I feel that. That's tight.
Yeah.
So how did you link up with Missy B? I know she's the one that linked us up. How did that?
Definitely one of my dearest friends, business partner. I met her in Atlanta. You know what I'm saying? We met at shout out Juice. Rest in peace to Juice. We met at Juice. Juice had like an event she used to do. Forgot the name of it.
Jack the Juice.
Jack the Juice. Met Missy there. We actually met off of MySpace, and then we met up in person there. And then from there, we just been rocking since. And that was like 06.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so.
That's tight.
We linked like that. You know what I mean?
Now, you have so many different flavors. When it comes to the beats, you really mess with a lot of, you even mess with other producers that you rock with. After recording 200 plus songs, he picks 16 to 17 and puts it out on an album. Tell everybody a little bit about the project, the title, and why you chose the songs that you chose.
Mineral Water, the album, real dope project. When it drops, I think it's gonna, I really did it for the culture. Like, it's one of those projects where I'm not really trying to, make it mainstream or nothing. You know what I mean? When you find out about it and you search it, you're gonna love it. You know what I'm saying? But that's one of those projects where I had to really take my time on it, really perfect it. Everybody's like making jokes about it in Chicago, like, yeah, it's Detox, man. It ain't never coming out, man. But
they called it Detox.
Yeah, they call it the Chicago Detox. But I mean, the people who follow it, they love it, and they waiting on it. So putting those albums together like that, I just wanted to make sure the first one that I really put out there is gonna set the pave for the rest of the projects that I drop. So all of those songs that we recorded, at the time, we might have been like, okay, yeah, these gonna make it. Because I did a round table meeting where I played like 50 songs, and I'm like, okay, who likes this one? Who likes that one? I got a standing ovation from everybody for this one. Okay, we're gonna keep that record. Okay, everybody got their opinion about certain songs, whatever, and we take notes and we figure it out. So, and I documented all of that. I documented the meetings that I took for the project, all of that. Yeah, because we're gonna put a documentary out, just showing the process of making the album.
So you have a team or help recording all this while you're hosting this?
Yeah, because I'm an executive producer. So for that project, I just wanted to go and find talent that I respected, producer-wise, artist-wise, and then put it all together. You know what I'm saying? So the project should be out, before the year's end, and I'm excited about it. Like I said, we're gonna drop a documentary with it. I got the comic book. We got the merch. I'm gonna actually show the documentary at AMC theaters. You know what I'm saying? So that's gonna be dope. You know what I mean? Yeah, I'm gonna do something special, man, for it. You know what I mean? Make sure that I have a great rollout around it. You know what I mean? That it's accepted. And as far as an experience versus just an upload on Apple Music. You know
I respect that.
Yeah,
you gotta do something a little bit different. You can't just put something out next. It's no longer like, if you build it, they will come. Yeah, I don't work no more.
Yeah, so I'm excited about it. Like I said, it's definitely my baby for sure.
Tight. I respect that.
Mineral Water, the album, coming soon.
There we go. Yeah. Last question, I think I want to talk a little bit, because a lot of the people that are watching are artists themselves or aspiring beat makers.
Absolutely.
So just from your perspective and from where you're coming from, Chicago, it's a more prominent scene out there.
Yeah.
I really like this guy, Superboy from Chicago, just that energy, and it seems like all the stuff out there is just, you see the crowd engaging with the artists. The festivals out there go crazy, right?
Yeah.
So Portland has this scene, as you can tell, like we're trying to build it, and it's doing its thing, And the one, complaint I would say, or thing that everyone sits in this chair and tells me is, man, we just gotta come together and support each other. That's the way we can, really make movements. So, from someone coming from Chicago and seeing what you see here in Portland, what do you think is missing from Portland, or what do you think is going good for us? How do you think we could get to that next level of community support?
Really, it's just more so about getting out of your head as far as what you need to be doing and just do it. I always say this. I always say, don't be that guy that says, "Oh, we just come together. Come together."
Come together.
Don't say it. Do it.
Facts. That's my
answer.
Love it. I say the same exact thing.
It's like, why do we gotta keep having that energy?
That same
like,
conversation.
well, man, oh man, it's just it's a hateful thing or this or that.
Yeah.
Let's change that narrative. Let's just do it.
Yeah.
Let's just show them.
Hey, and you know what? I'm just gonna say it like people,
it's a fact.
People who are used to winning and throwing up dubs, that's just how we talk. The other stuff, like, oh, what about this or with it?
It's crabs in the bucket. Like you gotta change that. Like you gotta change the mentality. Just get out of your head and make it happen.
Absolutely.
Be one of those people that show
Absolutely.
that you can come together and do it.
Most definitely, like we're doing here at Rip City Basement, like Missy B is doing, as she's putting on these shows, like the Beat Down. I think we got a Beat Down too.
Shout out Missy B.
So be on the lookout for that. Shout out Missy B. Thanks for coming on the show.
Oh man, I appreciate it, man. Thank you for having me, man. I'm definitely gonna be back when the album drop. I'm gonna be back. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna put that together.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
Tell everybody where we can find you on social media.
Dough from the Go. Everything. DOUGH from DAGO. That's everything. Google's, Twitter's, whatever. Facebook. Find me. Dough from the Go.
There we go. Everywhere like air. Once again, my name is Bren Boy, the host of the show. Thank you for tapping in with us, Rip City Basement, bridging the gap between hip-hop fanatics, demand to hear technique, and Portland's electronic obsession. We'll see you guys next time.
Yeah.
Peace.